Hi, I'm Evelyn. All I've wanted since my divorce was stability for my daughter Lily. At 7, she deserves better than what I grew up with. My marketing manager position at Horizon Media pays for our modest 3-bedroom house. Nothing fancy, but it's ours. My phone rang while making Lily's breakfast. Mom again. Evelyn, Nathan's landlord evicted him yesterday. Your father and I think he should stay with you. I gripped the counter. Mom, you know I can't have Nathan here with Lily. He's family. You have that extra room. That's my home office where I work weekends to keep us afloat. Last time he stayed, my prescriptions disappeared and strange people showed up at 2 a.m. We're coming for dinner tonight. Your father wants to discuss this properly. By evening, my dining table was crowded. Lily colored nearby while Dad cut his chicken with military precision. Mom kept giving me pointed looks while Nathan slouched in his chair, eyes bloodshot. Nice place, sis. Really cozy. Nathan smirked, scanning my living room like he was already deciding what to pawn. Evelyn, my father Richard finally spoke. Your brother needs family now. You have space. I have a 7-year-old daughter and barely enough time with her as it is. Nathan needs rehab, not a crash pad. Nathan slammed his fork down. I don't need rehab. I need family who doesn't treat me like garbage. Lower your voice, I hissed, glancing at Lily. Your brother made mistakes, Margaret said, but family forgives. I've helped countless times. Money never repaid, things going missing, scary people showing up looking for him. So I'm just supposed to be homeless? Nathan shouted. You could stay with Mom and Dad. Our house is too small, Richard said quickly. And your father's heart condition requires peace and quiet, Margaret added. So my daughter's safety matters less than Dad's peace and quiet? Richard's face reddened. That's selfish, Evelyn. Always thinking about yourself. Thinking about my daughter is selfish? You've always been the lucky one, Nathan spat. Perfect job, perfect house. Must be nice to never struggle. Never struggle. I worked 60-hour weeks while pregnant. Nothing was handed to me. Yet you won't help your own brother, Margaret said, dabbing her eyes. I think you should all leave. You'd throw your family out? Richard stood. This is exactly why we're concerned about Lily being raised with these values. That's when I knew this wasn't just about Nathan needing somewhere to stay. This was the beginning of something much worse. After they left, I spent the night pacing. Their comment about Lily's values kept replaying in my head. 3 days later, my doorbell rang at 7:30 a.m. on a Saturday. We thought we'd take Lily for pancakes. Margaret stood there with a forced smile. Richard and Nathan waited in the car. It's not a good time. We have plans. What plans? Surely nothing that can't wait. Lily, Grandma's here. Before I could stop her, Lily appeared behind me in her unicorn pajamas. Going somewhere with this monster is definitely plans, Nathan called from the car. She's probably got some fancy mommy-daughter brunch that's more important than family. The next Tuesday, they showed up at dinner time. Then again on Thursday. Each time with Nathan in tow, each time unannounced. You can't keep showing up like this, I told Margaret after the 5th surprise visit. We're worried about you, that's all. You seem stressed. Maybe you're working too much? Not spending enough time with Lily? I slammed my coffee mug down. Don't you dare question my parenting. On their 6th visit, I was on a conference call when Nathan wandered into my home office. Nice setup, sis. That monitor would fetch a good price. Get out of my office now. He knocked over my desk lamp accidentally on his way out. When I confronted him, Margaret jumped in. It was an accident. Why are you always so hard on him? Later, I overheard Margaret in Lily's room. Your mommy is just being mean to Uncle Nathan. He needs help, but she won't share her big house. Don't you think that's sad? Mommy says Uncle Nathan is sick and needs special doctor help, Lily replied. That's what she tells you? How awful. No, sweetie, he just needs family love. I'd had enough. Out, all of you, now. After they left, Lily looked confused. Grandma said you're being mean. Sometimes adults disagree, honey, but I'm your mom, and I make decisions to keep you safe. I called my friend Taylor the next day and met her for coffee. They're poisoning my relationship with Lily. I don't know what to do. Taylor shifted uncomfortably. There's something you should know. Margaret came into our law office last week. She was asking about grandparents' rights and custody options. My stomach dropped. Custody? They want to take Lily? They were discussing partial custody based on claims you're unstable and alienating family. Evelyn, this is serious. They're building a case. That's insane! I'm a good mother! I know that, but they're painting a different picture. They mentioned your erratic work hours and refusal to accept family help. They're twisting everything. What do I do? Document everything. Every visit, every conversation. Install security cameras. Keep records of Nathan's behavior. And get a lawyer. Not from my firm, since there's a conflict now. They're really trying to take my daughter because I won't let my addict brother crash at my house. Evelyn, family court can be unpredictable. Grandparents with resources sometimes win these battles. Don't underestimate them. I felt like I couldn't breathe. My own parents were plotting to take my child. They don't care about Lily. They just want to punish me for not falling in line. Whatever their motive, they're serious. And you need to be too. The certified letter arrived on a Tuesday. My hands trembled as I read the formal language stating that Margaret and Richard were petitioning for partial custody of Lily based on my persistent pattern of unstable behavior and deliberate alienation from family support structures. I called in sick to work and spent the morning throwing up in the bathroom. Mommy, are you sick? Lily stood in the doorway, concerned. Just a little tummy trouble, sweetie. Nothing serious. The doorbell rang. It was Nathan, alone this time. What do you want? Look, Evelyn, I didn't know they were going to go this far. I just needed a place to crash. Well, now they're trying to take my daughter. Happy? He shifted uncomfortably. Can I use your bathroom? I laughed bitterly. To steal more of my prescription meds? His face changed. You knew about that? Of course I knew. The bottle was full on Monday and half empty on Wednesday after your visit. I was in pain. My back. Save it. Those were my anxiety meds, not painkillers. You were either selling them or mixing them with whatever else you're on. He looked at the floor. I'm sorry, okay? Things got out of hand. You're sorry? Mom and Dad are trying to take Lily from me? They've been planning this for weeks, taking pictures of your house when you weren't looking, recording conversations on their phones. My blood ran cold. They what? That time Lily was sick and you yelled at Mom to stop giving her candy? They got that on tape, and they have pictures of your laundry pile and that wine bottle collection in your recycling bin. That's illegal. They can't record me without consent. Try telling that to a judge when they're showing photos of your bathroom cabinet full of prescription bottles. After he left, I called my boss, Alex. Take whatever time you need, Evelyn. This is outrageous. I can't afford a big custody battle. I'm already living paycheck to paycheck. My sister-in-law is a family attorney. Jordan Miller, the best in the state. I'm calling her right now. 2 hours later, I was sitting across from Jordan in her downtown office. Non-consensual recordings are inadmissible in court, she explained. But we need to be proactive. Tell me everything. I laid it all out. Nathan's addiction, my parents' manipulation, the surprise visits, everything. This is about control, not Lily's welfare, Jordan said. We need to document their pattern of behavior. Security cameras, saved texts, email records. I have texts from Nathan asking for money. And my neighbor saw him stumbling drunk on my porch last month. Good. Get a statement. Also, we need character witnesses who can attest to your parenting skills. Alex at work, Lily's teacher. Our neighbor, Mrs. Chen, who watches her after school sometimes. Perfect. And we need proof of Nathan's issues. He just admitted stealing my meds. Can we get that on record somehow? Actually, yes. We can request a drug test as part of our counterfiling, and we'll demand financial records from your parents. Let's see how they're really supporting Nathan. For the first time since this nightmare began, I felt a glimmer of hope. They thought I'd just roll over and take this. They have no idea what I'm capable of when it comes to protecting Lily. That's the attitude we need. They picked the wrong mother to mess with. The courtroom felt smaller than I expected. Jordan sat beside me while Margaret and Richard glared from across the aisle with their attorney. Nathan slouched in the back row, looking like he hadn't slept in days. All rise for the Honorable Judge Pamela Wilson. Judge Wilson reviewed the case file. I understand the petitioners are seeking partial custody of minor child Lily Parker. Let's begin with opening statements. My parents' lawyer painted me as unstable and selfish, claiming I was deliberately undermining family bonds critical to the child's development. When our turn came, Jordan was ruthless. Your Honor, this case isn't about the welfare of Lily Parker. It's about control and retaliation because my client refused to house her brother with his documented substance abuse issues. The testimony started with my mother. We just want what's best for our granddaughter. Evelyn works all hours and keeps Lily from her family. And yet, Jordan countered during cross-examination, you visited unannounced 6 times in 2 weeks. How does that support your claim that she keeps Lily from you? Well, we had to force our way in practically. So you admit to forcing your presence? Did you also force your way into recording conversations without consent? My mother blanched. We needed evidence. Jordan produced printouts of text messages. Are these communications where you told your granddaughter her mother was mean and selfish for not housing your son? When Nathan took the stand, he couldn't keep his story straight. So you've never taken prescription medication from Evelyn's home? Jordan asked. No, never. Then how do you explain this? She produced a pharmacy record and security camera footage from my bathroom showing Nathan pocketing my prescription bottle. His face crumpled. I needed it, okay? Nobody was helping me. Mr. Parker, when was the last time you used illegal substances? He looked at the floor. This morning. A murmur went through the courtroom. My witnesses came next. Taylor explained the legal manipulation. Alex described my work ethic and dedication to Lily. Mrs. Chen, my neighbor, testified about the nights Nathan showed up drunk at my house. Finally, Miss Thompson, Lily's teacher, spoke about her excellent performance and my involvement at school. In 10 years of teaching, I've rarely seen a more attentive parent. Evelyn volunteers despite her busy schedule, and Lily is thriving. Judge Wilson called a short recess, then returned with her decision. This court finds the petition for partial custody without merit. Furthermore, the petitioner's actions demonstrate a concerning pattern of boundary violations and manipulation. The petition is denied. She looked directly at my parents. Additionally, I'm issuing a temporary restraining order prohibiting Margaret and Richard Parker from contacting Evelyn or Lily without prior court approval or supervised visitation. Mr. Nathan Parker is also included in this order. 6 months later, Lily and I were having dinner with Taylor, Alex, and Mrs. Chen, our chosen family. My phone buzzed with a text from Nathan's rehab counselor with an update on his progress. The community grapevine had spread the story of my parents' custody grab, and most of their friends had distanced themselves. More pasta, Lilybug? Taylor asked. Yes, please. Can we have movie night after? I looked around the table at the people who stood by us when it mattered. Absolutely. I think we've all earned a little happiness. Would you sacrifice your child's safety to help a troubled family member? Or do you believe toxic relatives deserve to be cut off completely regardless of their family status? Where do you draw the line between family loyalty and protecting yourself and your children? If this story resonated with you, please hit that like button and share your thoughts in the comments. Many of us have faced toxic family members who believe blood ties entitle them to cross any boundary. Don't forget to subscribe for more stories about standing up to manipulative people and the sweet taste of justice. New videos every week!